Congratulations to Hagen Danner
Oh, you bet. God damn it.
on his one-day call-up.
On his 7-pitch debut.
Did he pitch?
He pitched. He had 7.
I didn't even know he pitched. I thought he just came up and got hurt.
That's how he got hurt. No,
I thought he got hurt before the game
7 pitches. 7 pitches. He got an out though, so that's cool. Like,
congratulations. That sucks. Hagen Danner seems like a really nice guy, but that is one of the things on our topic list, and I didn't think that was enough to warrant an actual conversation. So I figured we'd start with that. Welcome back to the Flight Deck podcast. It was kind of funny because on the list you had Hagen Danner called up in there,
and then like Hagen
Danner hurt.
Like in the Cubs recap, I just put, God damn it, he got hurt.
Yeah, it did not take long. Yeah, I'm tired. Sorry. The Jays played baseball since the last time we podcasted. I didn't watch a lot of it. I got to be honest.
Because you were busy.
I was at Boots for a good chunk of it. I did come all the way back to watch the Bautista game. Did not make it back in time for the ceremony. Showed up in the third inning, and they instantly scored 3 runs when I came back to the game. So I think I may be a curse. It's entirely possible.
I mean, what else is new?
Yeah. I guess we could.
That was just a bad series.
Yeah. Not great.
With one good game.
Man.
One great game.
One phenomenal game. But
what was I gonna say? Oh, impact players of the week. I don't think I'm gonna be able to come up with one. Connor's first. Connor watched baseball this weekend. Nate, did you watch the games?
A little bit.
Okay.
They're kind of depressing me at this point.
Yeah, Connor,
it's very depressing.
Tell me who had the best week of the week, best performance of the week? How do I put this?
I could jokingly say our boy, but I'm not going to do that. He did have a very good week. I'm not.
Nice.
I'm going to give it to the guy you hate, and that's George Springer.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
He led the team.
He
368, 429, 579. It's just OPS over 1,000.
Okay. Hey, I'll give it to you. He was great. I mean, he could have got it the week before too, but I didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's fine. I'll take that. He has been hitting way better. Yes. He brought his numbers back up from that god awful 20 game stretch that he had.
I mean, after that over 35, I think there was a stretch where he was like 17 for 34. Like he's hitting 500.
And if you put the 2 stretches together, he's still not hitting over 250, but whatever. It's fine. He just makes so much money. I just expect him to do this
because someone defends him like you defend Yusei Kikuchi. Like you defended Yusei Kikuchi.
This from
like you both defend Kevin Biggio.
Hey. But
Cav needs defending.
Cav needs defending. George Springer does not need defending.
No, I mean,
this year he does.
He
has not been great. He's also had a lot of tough luck.
Yeah.
But Jays fans have been pretty fucking hard on him.
Well, because he makes a ton of money, right? Like that's kind of the
guy to be hard on is Vlad.
Yeah. Does George Springer make a lot of money relative to baseball, or is it just
relative to the Blue Jays? And I think that's kind of.
Is he your highest paid player?
He's also he's a former Astro. It's one of those things, and just kind of I don't know. I love when George Springer does well, and when he does well, the team does well. It's it goes hand in hand.
I'm not going to write the obituary of George Springer, but did we expect him to be like a 120, 130 WRC plus bat for the whole contract?
Well, I thought he would have still had it this year at least.
It's only year 3.
I'm not saying
he's got 2 more after this.
I'm not saying
3?
He's dead in the water.
No,
but I think we're at the halfway point.
I still don't know what George Springer is. He's had such a weird like month of splits. Weird season of splits. Like he's had
a weird tenure on the Blue Jays, period.
Yeah. Couldn't hit the ball to save his life in the first little bit, and then he hit everything for a little bit, and then he hit nothing for a while, and now he seems to be hitting everything again. I don't know. Yeah, that's a good pick, Connor. I know nothing about this week. I don't even know who did what, but I'm just gonna pick Yusei Kikuchi because I can, and I have the ability, and I'm pretty sure in his last start he only gave up 1 run.
Yeah, he's given up one or less in the last 5 games.
So 4 games. Well, tonight. Tonight now 5. Yes.
Yeah.
and I want to talk about Kikuchi. We can get to Nate's pick after, but I want to talk about Kikuchi for a little bit. I need my phone for this. So, since the All-Star break, Yusei Kikuchi has had 5 starts before tonight. Sorry, let me just preface that. Before coming into tonight's game, he had 5 starts, pitched 29 innings, had 29 strikeouts, a 1.24 ERA, 2.41 FIP, and a 1.06 WHIP. The craziest thing in the whole line that he's had so far, no homers allowed. On the season, brings him up to 23 starts, 122 and a third, 125 strikeouts, a 1.23 WHIP, a 3.53 ERA, and a 4.52 FIP, which obviously isn't great, but the rest of the numbers look really pretty. My question to you guys: do you think Yusei Kikuchi can get down ballot Cy Young votes this year if he keeps what he's doing in the second half?
How many votes are there? 10?
There's 10.
I think there's 10, right?
No.
I think he's
got 2 Blue Jays ahead of him already, so that doesn't help.
I think if there was 15, he would definitely get some. But I think
like you got Gausman, Brios just off the Jays. You got Cole,
Framber.
Yep.
Kirby, Castillo.
Shane Mack could have.
I doubt it anymore.
I don't know if he still gets it now. Shohei.
Castillo.
Yeah,
Kirby.
You're right.
Honestly, Felix Bautista, I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes top 5 if he keeps this up.
Is ERA spiking?
Is it? Okay, well,
a little bit. He gave up a grand slam and it like tripled
his ERA went to 1.5, man.
Yeah. Like, it was like a 0.7. So
who else have we talked about? Oh, Evaldi.
Yeah,
he was hurt, so that kind of hurts him, but
obviously it's a long shot.
I think
there are a lot of really good pitchers in the AL. But I mean, with the numbers that he's putting up so far in the second half, like I wouldn't put it out of the realm of possibility.
No. I think the other thing, he's got to start going deeper in games.
Sure.
He hasn't been going super deep. So I think the fact that he won't have the quantity as well as his quality being slightly lower than the guys we just mentioned, I think hurts him.
Yeah,
if he can run... Sorry, go ahead.
There was a stretch, I think it was like 7 straight games where he went like 5 in the third.
Yeah.
Like,
I just think if he can run with obviously this is a stretch, it's probably not going to happen. But if he can run with a 1.24 ERA for the rest of the second half, that's probably putting you low 3s, high 2s for the season if you're Yusei Kikuchi, I think.
Yeah, he's at 3.4 after tonight. So
that's already dropped him almost a full decimal
point.
We've
got a month and a half, so
his stuff looks so nasty right now. Like
10 starts, maybe.
Yeah, He's had 5 since, and that's a month. So
it is a reasonable. I'm not going to say it's reasonable for him to get under 3, but
it's possible with the way he's pitching lately. I can see
these numbers for the rest of the season. I'm sure he ends up under 3, but I don't see him being
it's a
this
long
guy
shot for him.
He's gonna have a start where he gives up 4 or 5.
Yeah, tonight just looked like he had control of the fastball. His slider was incredible.
He looked confident,
and he had the strut going. It just everything looked good for Yusei Kikuchi tonight. I obviously you root for the guy because his last year was so brutal, and this year's just been a revelation. And he's on your team.
How many innings did he go tonight? I didn't watch.
He went 6. 6. I think he gave up 4 hits. 4 hits, no walks, 7 Ks, 1 earned.
He's the guy that I think you get anxious the 3rd time through the order.
Slightly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But with his stuff tonight, man, I don't know if you do.
It's the same as the way they treated Strip last year, right? Like that's the treatment he's going to get.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, if he can give me 5 solid innings in the playoffs with the bullpen we've got, then sign me up.
Did Ross Stripling get down ballot votes last year?
No,
none.
Because he had that issue of started in the pen, went into the rotation, went out of the pen, went back to the rotation.
So if Strip didn't, I can't see.
I mean, to find I guess Kevin Pillar got a down ballot MVP vote because he got 1 vote. Are you saying that?
You think someone will throw him on?
Then there's probably a chance
Yeah.
that he could get one.
That's what I mean. I'm not saying he's going to finish like top 10
Keegan
in Cy Young
Matheson
by any means.
Keegan Matheson might throw him a 10th place. Like,
yeah, give me something like that. I think it's possible.
I think
I'm not saying he's going to be a top 10 Cy Young finisher by any means.
I think it's more likely another team, like somebody who he's pitched against, probably someone in the AL East who he's pitched against 2 or 3 times and like
just keeps carving.
I could see them.
A Philadelphia right there. Yeah, I just thought that'd be interesting. Nate, you're up. Who you got?
I'll go Gauss because I also didn't watch a ton. And
how did he do this week?
He pitched and we won 1-0, so he gave up no earned runs.
The only number you need.
I like zeros.
I was very much expecting you to go with like a Jose Bautista answer or something.
I thought so.
I thought that was going to be your pick.
Or a Whit Merrifield, which is still a little bit of an obvious answer.
No, that's not as fun.
I know.
Whit's boring.
He's boring.
We go hitters so often. I feel like every now and then
I think
we got to have
I jokingly said this before the podcast. Well, there's a guy not on the Jays who's kind of had a big impact on Jays potentially down the stretch here.
We still haven't really clarified this award as the impact positively. It's just general impact.
I mean,
and I guess technically Alek Manoah has made an impact.
That's
in
not
some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, he was the guy, Brant, the guy that we talked about.
The guy who
on the Jays.
Right? Yeah, he's not on the Jays.
Who's in a lot of hot water.
That impact.
That could have a positive impact on the Jays, though.
You're right. We'll get there.
Yeah, we can get to that.
We're gonna talk about him. But yeah, no, Alek Manoah, same deal. Impact in some sort. I don't think.
Can we talk about this for
a
minute here? Because
what's this now?
Manoah.
Yeah.
I like. What are your guys' thought process now that we've gone? He was down for a month. He was essentially up for just under a month, 20 days or so. No, he was up for the All-Star break, right?
Before,
he made the one start before the All-Star break.
So he's probably been up for a month and now sent back down.
Right.
What are your guys' general thoughts on that?
I don't love it.
They handled this so bad.
See, they did. But it's also, I think they did this out of necessity. Like, when he came up, there was no other option. Like, you couldn't have Trevor Richards continue to start baseball games for this team. You had to throw somebody. And I think he wasn't phenomenal. He wasn't Alek Manoah by any means, but he was serviceable.
He was a 5-starter.
Yeah, and I think that's all he needed to do.
But with the reascension of the Korean Monster becoming not a 5-starter,
that's the difference maker. Is that I don't know if they knew what Ryu was going to come up and do, and what Ryu has come up and done so far has been phenomenal.
He has a 2.57 in his first 3 starts.
He was throwing a no-hitter in the one before he got hit in the knee. Like, he's been really good, and I think that gave them the option to send Manoah down and continue to work on things so that he come back and be a 1-2 as opposed to a 4-5-6.
Okay, we asked.
Yeah, so I just wanted
to go ahead.
Finish up on that because I think I'm kind of in the middle of you guys. I think they definitely didn't handle this the best they could have. I think a month was definitely too quick to bring him up, but like you just said, they didn't have the option.
No,
so they did it out of necessity, and now it doesn't make sense to go with a 6-man for the rest of the year. The way Ryu's pitching, the way the rest of the guys are pitching,
the way that you would have had to make you have a bullpen crunch now.
He's not needed.
There are too many guys in the bullpen now, especially with Jordan back today. Chad Green probably coming back Friday.
Same with Richards.
You're kind of running out of spots.
No, I don't think Chad Green's back Friday.
It's going to be Bowden Francis.
I think Chad Green was ready before he got hit.
Yeah, but I don't.
I think that also resets their clocks. They're don't have to be in as much of a rush.
No.
I think it's Jay Jackson and Bowden Francis, right?
Yeah, I didn't even realize Bowden Francis was still up. So it's definitely Bowden Francis for sure, and I would assume it's Jay Jackson because of the option.
It is a crunch, but it's also not because like the guys you got make sense. Sure, Jay Jackson and Bowden Francis pitched well too.
Yeah,
Jay Jackson's been amazing, but
it's weird.
Like the guys you have are MLB proven relievers. Yeah. All of them Jay Jackson and Bowden Francis aren't.
No, and it's just like business-wise, you have the option of sending down Jay Jackson and Bowden Francis without losing them. You can't send anybody else down.
One of those two will be back in 2 weeks.
Yep.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, there's no chance to bring Manoah back up. I hope. Like,
yeah, I was about to ask that.
That would be horrible.
No, that's got to be done.
That he's back. Like,
barring an injury,
unless there's an injury, because he can come up and fill that role.
Which you never know. Ryu's had some troubles, obviously, the last few years. And every now and then guys get beat up, right? Like, it's going to happen. I can't imagine you're going to go the rest of the season without someone being hurt in some way, shape, or form. We've had pretty good luck for the most part, other than the last little bit.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a chance somebody else gets hurt by the end of the year, and then maybe you see Alec Manoah. But if everything goes according to plan, no, I don't think you see him again.
We use 7 starters all year. And that's it.
Are we counting like Trevor Richards as a starter kind of thing?
Yeah. Did Mitch White ever start a game?
I don't think so.
Bowden Francis got one, didn't he?
No, he came in after Richards.
Did he?
I think it was just these 5, Manoah and Richards.
I think so.
Yeah, which is ridiculous. Like,
that's a lot of good luck, man. It's even last year. I think
it's 100% luck. Like,
they only ran 5 or 6.
Oh yeah, I think we're like, as far as just in general, I think we have the second least amount of time, like, with guys.
We did before Bo. I know that for sure. Yeah, I don't know if that still stands.
That
was because then Bo, Kiermaier, and even Romano all kind of came at the same time, so it might have affected that.
Even like the Bo and all 3 of them really, like, they're not that bad. Like, the Bo injury is a little worse than the other 2, but like Kiermaier's only going to be out the minimum. Romano's only going to be out the minimum.
He's already back.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, he was only out the minimum.
And Richards is back Friday.
Yeah. They're all like not quite as bad as you'd think they would be.
Bo's going to be interesting because they were saying he was supposed to be in the lineup Friday, they were figuring. Today was going to be his first rehab appearance. He was going to DH, play shortstop tomorrow, take Thursday off, come back. Today's Buffalo Bison's game got rained out.
So,
which also pushes everyone else back too, because Chad Green and Richards were both supposed to pitch tonight.
But I think they're a lot easier because they can just they're going to pitch tomorrow.
And when you pitch tomorrow, they want to see Chad Green back to back. I don't think he's done that yet. So that probably pushes him into the weekend or early next week.
I think Tuesday is the earliest we see Chad Green. Like,
Tuesday?
Yeah, because Mondays are like, if you get him back to back on like, say Friday, Saturday, off Sunday, Monday, and then comes up Tuesday.
I just think there's no rush with Chad Green because you don't really want to send Jay Jackson down if you don't have to.
You don't need him. Like, that's the thing. You'd
like to see what he has, but you don't need to.
You need Kiermaier.
Like, if he's 80 to 90% of the Chad Green that we have seen for the Yankees, like, that's
sure. But at this point, he's just kind of a bonus.
That's what I'm saying.
He's coming in and pitching in like the 6th inning.
Yeah, he's arguably like
he's coming in to be your mop up guy.
He's your 5th or 6th best guy right now.
Like, he's coming into a mop up role.
Yeah. Right now, like, especially when Richards comes back, I would argue that currently in the state that he's in, he's probably the worst arm you have.
Genesis Cabrera, maybe?
I don't know, man. Genesis Cabrera's been really good. Like,
he's been good.
I think Chad Green probably slots in below Cabrera, below even Jimmy. Jimmy's been great. Below Jordan, both Jordan, Swanson.
Bro, you will respect Jimmy. 22 of his last 28 appearances, he hasn't given up a run.
What's his ERA?
Are we looking at ERAs for really fucking relievers, Nate? Is that what we're doing?
I am.
Do we think Trevor Richards is still a good reliever? Because his ERA is still over 3.
Yeah, Jimmy's is 4.20.
Jimmy's is like not at it. It's probably lower now because he just went 1, 2, 3.
Also tonight. Jimmy Garcia was legitimately 4.20.
Yeah, 4.20. Yeah. But also, guys, I'm fully now confident that Paul DeJong is getting DFA'd. I'm fully confident because they just showed.
Doesn't make sense.
They just showed Nathan Luke's warming up for pinch to pinch.
I did see that, but like,
who's pitching?
I don't think they can.
It was Wheeler. It was still Wheeler.
Can Davis Schneider play short?
Yeah. Not great. Don't they have Espinal in the game too?
Yeah, he's playing third because Chappie can't play right now. You can't
Yeah,
even
but
grip a
Schneider
bat.
can go to third too.
Schneider can go to third.
Okay. That makes
Or
more
Cav.
sense.
Or Cav can go to
Or
third.
Cav, you bring Luke's.
Guys.
Hey,
Technically,
man.
yeah, Cav could go to third. Also,
Ooh,
Vlad
respect.
could go to third is an option. It's
Hey.
about as likely as Cav going to third.
Witt could
I
go to
don't-
first,
I-
and Vlad can go to third.
Witt
Like,
could go to third.
I don't think De Jong's getting DFA'd. I think he's been
I think that would look.
he's
bad.
been very below average, but
below average is being nice.
he's an above average glove, which you
And he
want
hates the
your
Yankees.
backup infielder to be. He's proven he can hit lefties throughout his career.
Yeah.
Well, no, sorry, this year through his career, it's opposite, and he's got some pop. Like, it's kind of he fills a lot of voids on this team that we don't have on our bench.
He just hasn't really
Like,
found it yet.
would you rather have Espinal or him?
I think De Jong, but I think also the issue is obviously he's in a fucking rut. Call it what it is.
Mhm.
It's the new league thing.
That's fine. It takes
Yeah,
guys time.
it's gonna be
No,
tough.
but that's what I'm saying. Like, it's
I
like
think
you could make the argument with that with Dolan Varsho too for like the whole fucking year.
We got to
Like,
keep in mind too. These guys aren't going to play very much in about 5 days.
They play if
But
De Jong's going to play like once or twice
A game a week.
Like,
Who would you rather
if
have at
that-
the back end of your bench, him or Espinal?
probably De Jong.
I would think De Jong, just for the defense.
I want to say he's quicker too.
I would.
It's
He
a
looks
wash.
quicker.
It's
I
a
don't
bit-
know. I don't know if there's actually a difference.
I think it's a bit of a wash. Like,
That's fine. He's a better defender. He's got more pop. His bat to ball skills are fucking dog shit right now. That's fine. But like, if we want bat to ball off the bench, are you going to Santiago Espinal?
I mean,
Probably not.
he's also a guy we got for fucking basically nothing. So
Sure.
it's like,
Sure. So you don't feel as bad if you do lose him. I get that.
no,
part.
not
I just
even
think.
saying to DFA him. It's like it's a guy. How much we got him for free? Like,
Yeah.
it. So fucking
They're
lot.
literally paying his
The Cardinals are paying us.
buyout or whatever it is for his
Mhm.
team option. Like,
So Santiago Espinal has 39th percentile sprint speed. Paul DeJong,
41st.
38th.
I told you it's a wash.
Exactly the same.
Like, it's a fucking wash, man.
Yeah, so the speed really doesn't make a difference. I just think DeJong has a 94th percentile outs above average, whereas Santi has a 7th percentile outs above average this
We
year.
have a Death Star bullpen. It's fucking beautiful. Not
Yeah.
gonna
It's unreal.
Man, if he can hit a little bit, it just means in the playoffs, if you're facing a tough lefty, you
Mhm.
slide him into two, you slide Witt to the outfield, and you give one of Kiermaier or Varsho a day off.
Yeah.
And you use him off the bench later in the game.
Yep. It
Like-
just gives you an option, right?
I don't think you're doing that with Espinal. You're definitely not doing it with Biggio because he's a lefty.
Yeah.
And he doesn't handle lefties as great. But like Espinal last year, that's exactly what he would have done. But he's not that guy this year. And just because you're sending him down doesn't mean he's gone. Like,
No, he has options though. Like, it's
That's
other
the thing
thing
is
is
you can
he-
option him down, you can't option DeJong.
they could all be on the team, and Schneider could go down.
Yeah. I
Wait,
think that's probably
that's
the move they make.
because I think even though he was that weekend was magical, but since then he has like
Hasn't
one
been very
hit.
good
I think he's like, he's like played I think 2 or 3 games. Like, he played like 3 games since. And
He's got 3 or 4 in him, but yeah.
Like,
Can we just realize for a second how fucking redundant our bench would be?
It's just
with
all
a
infielders.
backup catcher and 3 middle infielders.
We also still have Luke's. I guess he goes down when Kiermaier goes
He's
down, though.
Going
Never
down.
mind.
yeah, he's yeah.
Yeah. I don't love
That's
got to
be the most
infielders.
redundant.
I guess you
That's-
technically, like, your thought process is that, like, Cav can play the outfield, and then technically,
dude.
like, Witt's also an
They've
outfielder.
been sticking Cav and Wright a lot this week.
Yeah. So I think
Hey,
like that's your
fucking
thought process. Like, maybe you don't
Witt has
consider
been
Cav as the
unreal
middle
in the last-
infielder.
Some of those
Dude.
plays he made this week were like
Mhm.
amazing.
So I think that's maybe why you can afford to carry a lot more middle infielders, because
Yeah.
most of them have the outfield capabilities.
No,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
on the
I'm
surface,
just
it
saying
definitely
their-
looks really
Their
good.
primary position is middle infield.
Yeah. You have a lot. It's not even really just middle infield. It's second base. Like, you have Cav, Santi, Witt,
Dave
Schneider,
DeYoung.
DeYoung's a shortstop, but all four of those guys can all play second base, like primarily play second base.
What do you guys think happens when the 40-man expands? Because we got to add a position player too. You can't add two pitchers. Who do you think it is?
I think Luke. You just bring back Luke.
I think Luke just stays here. I don't
because
depending on when he goes down, I think you might need to wait.
It makes no sense to bring up like Addison Barger or Horowitz because they're not going to.
Well, then you're just adding another infielder.
Yeah, you're just like.
So I argue that point a little bit. Both of them can play a little bit outfield,
but I think
Horowitz.
Yeah, but Luke can play a lot. Is the difference?
Yeah, but I don't know what his numbers are in the minors this year. But Horowitz is like,
oh, dude, he's
been amazing. Like he looks like he could just step in and fill exactly what Brandon Belt's doing this year.
I don't know about that.
Jordan Hicks, take my soul. Like I love him.
I don't like Brandon Belt. For his credit, has been really good.
Dude, he has like an 830 OPS.
Honestly, it's almost identical to what Horowitz is doing.
He's doing it in AAA.
No, that's what I mean. I'm saying in AAA, he looks like he could just translate this straight up here. He's not. I'm pretty sure he's walking quite a bit. He's not striking out a ton. I don't think. Not hitting for much pop. He's just fucking slapping the ball around the yard, which is essentially what Brandon Belt does.
This could be a dumb thought. Do you think they would entertain bringing up Tyler Heineman?
No, I don't think you should.
There's no point.
But given the fact that Danny Jansen has been hit by a pitch in basically every game that he's played in the arms and been like down half the time, and Kirk's kind of banged up a little bit himself.
This is why you have Dalton Varsho.
I know, but you don't want to use Varsho back there.
Dude, he was fucking. I think they did that a couple days ago where he got catcher working and he was giddy.
Yeah. If one of them somehow gets injured
then
or something, then obviously he's up. I think if the two of them are on the roster, I don't think it makes sense.
Okay. Obviously, I think it's a stretch. I just think like it wouldn't hurt.
You have Varsho in that pinch scenario.
Sure. But I don't even think it would be like having Heineman in a pinch. I think it would be like you use them once a week to give both of them a day off. Where they can just rest and kind of be good when you need them.
Jano's been one of our better hitters, and I don't want to take that out of the lineup. And honestly, I don't know what he did this week, but Kirk was kind of starting to turn it around a little bit and hit a little better.
He's been decent. It's not been scorched earth. But...
with the way our lineup is, you can't afford to lose both those guys and have Heineman in there doing jack shit.
I mean, that's just kind of my point too, though, is like you want them. Obviously, you want them going now, but you also want them when it counts in October.
I mean, also
you're telling me Danny Jansen can't catch 4 days a week and Kirk can't catch 3?
They could, and I don't doubt that they could.
You're also banking on Jano getting hit 8 more times in the hands.
I'm just assuming it's going to happen. It's already happened like 7 times in the past 2 weeks. So it's just I don't know what it is with that swing, man. He's just built to get hit in the wrist arm area.
They pitch him in
which is wild. He pulls the shit out of everything. I don't understand it.
He's not on top of the plate either.
Not really. Not really. He just kind of like the way he gets his arms out.
A little low.
They're just out there already. I don't know what it is. But yeah, there's not a ton of options down there other than like Horowitz or Luke's, I think.
Unless they go balls to the wall with Barger.
I don't think you call up Bart. You don't start.
I don't think it makes sense. I don't think it does either, but.
The 40 man is so stupid. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 guys listed as infielders and 4 listed as outfielders.
Yeah, and
on the 40 man.
Luke, Springer, Kiermaier, Varsho.
Lucas, Kiermaier, Springer, Varsho. That is it. They're all technically in the majors, other than Kiermaier. I guess he's hurt.
Dude, I can't remember.
Horowitz is technically listed as a DH, so he would also be an infielder. So is Belt technically, and he's listed as a DH. So you're looking at 15 infielders, 4 outfielders in the entire 40 man.
I think Horowitz played the outfield a little bit this year.
Yeah,
the minors, though. Okay. I believe. I think he's been corners.
Like, well, I don't know if
he's doing it well.
Obviously, among the infielders, like Cav plays the outfield. Santis played the outfield. Otto can play the outfield.
Barger, I believe, is also playing the outfield.
Barger has tried the outfield.
Schneider
play the outfield, dude. So we're just utility the team. Like
the whole most of the infield spots are utilities. It's kind of funny. It's just hilarious to see this. Just a long list of infielders and then 4 dudes just hanging out in the outfield.
And it's the 4 dudes that are on your roster.
Yeah, like the major leaguers.
I think we just gotta play small ball the rest of the way. Like, get them on, get them over, get them in.
That's such a weird sentence to say with this team.
Yeah. No, because
but like you're right.
The team we've seen years ago, but like we have the ability to make these 5-inning baseball games,
which
is nuts. That's not a thought process I've ever had as a Toronto Blue Jays.
You could make the argument that you could make it a 4-inning game.
No, you could make it fucking 3 if you needed to. But I'm just saying, you go Romano, you go Hicks or Swanson, depending on Hicks, Swanson, Meza, depending on the scenario,
and then you have Jimmy.
You use one of them. You probably use one of them in the 7th and 8th. So there's 2 guys gone, and then you use like Jimmy or Hennessis depending on the scenario. Chad Green when he comes.
Chad Green,
like this.
Trevor Richards.
This team could be a juggernaut with this bullpen in the playoffs. Remember that Kansas City team?
Yeah,
that we lost to.
Yep, they just bullpenned us to death.
Who was it? Holland,
Brandon Finnegan that one year.
Wade Davis.
But it was Greg Holland was closer, right? Then Wade Davis. Then they had Ryan Madsen and
Kelvin Herrera was the big one too.
Like,
but that Finnegan kid came like from the College World Series and just dominated. I remember that. That was so stupid, and then just never did anything ever again in the majors. But like that bullpen was just nasty. Like they had 7 guys that were just you felt good about every single one of them coming in there. And I think that's where I'm kind of at with the Blue Jays is there's nobody in there that I feel bad if they're coming into the game. Like there's no Mitch White anymore.
Unless it's Jordan Romano non-save.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't love Jimmy.
Which it's going to be tonight.
Hennessis or Green the same way I love the rest of our bullpen.
Obviously, there's levels to this.
There's levels to the love,
but I don't feel bad about throwing Jimmy Garcia in the game or Hennessis Cabrera in the game. Like I know that they can get it done. Obviously, they're going to have an outing or 2 where they blow it up and it doesn't look as pretty as it usually does. But I trust that they're going to do their job.
What are your guys' initial impressions on Hicks?
Hicks is exactly what I thought he would be.
He's exactly what I expected. It's also
love it.
His bad outings came against teams that he's seen 35 times in his career. Like he gave up. It was the Cubs that he gave up the 1 run.
Jordan Hicks in his entire career has thrown very hard and very not sure of where it's going to go.
Yeah,
that's what he's been since he came into this
gives
league.
Up way too much contact.
Yes, because it's hard and it's flat. It's predictable.
It's not flat.
His fastball?
I guess never mind. Flat. Oh, sweet baby Jesus.
You see Kyle Schwarber out there playing defense?
Dude, he almost made the catch.
Yeah, he didn't though, because he's Kyle Schwarber.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I heard so I was listening to the radio broadcast today on my way home from dinner.
Me too. Well, no.
And I don't remember what inning this was in. The broadcasters are going over the amount of errors the Phillies have made. I think they're like 13th in the majors in errors or something. In fielding errors is what he said with like 61, 62 or something. Right. He's like, and 51 of them have come in the field. I was like,
did he mean the outfield?
That's what I presumed afterwards. But when I first heard that, I was like, I was so confused.
10 fielding errors on the bench.
Where did these 10 other errors come from?
It also sounds terribly wrong.
Can you get an error for base running?
No, right?
No, but like this is where my mind went. I was like, what the hell is he talking about?
Catch? Maybe not a catching error?
Would it be like
if the catcher throw it away? Is that not? Or catcher's interference?
It's technically an error.
Oh, maybe he's talking throwing errors versus fielding errors.
Oh, maybe.
Okay, that's fair.
See, now we're putting this together. That makes a little bit of sense.
This was also 2 hours ago, and I'm still trying to figure out what Buddy was saying.
I thought you were going to say 51 of them came from Kyle Schwarber.
Which, I mean...
Which might check out.
I think at a certain point...
Is Kyle Schwarber playing the field tonight?
Yeah, yes, he's in left.
Because Bryce is
DHing.
Oh.
And then it was, I think Bohm was they put Bohm at first.
Bohm's at 1, Stott's at 2,
Sosa at 3.
Sosa's at 3.
Yeah.
Trey's at short. That new kid's in center.
Rojas. And then
Rojas, thank
you. I would have to fucking Trey Turner.
He's turning it on, man.
They gave him applause and cheered for him, and he just
that's all he needed.
He's been like 350 cents.
I'm buying a billboard.
He has like OPS at 950 cents.
he literally bought billboards all around Philadelphia to thank everyone.
And like, I love you too.
I love Trey, man.
He's
I'm so
amazing.
disappointed that he's been so bad most of the year.
I'm here for another 10 years, guys.
I love it. I hope he does well, just not in this series.
Apparently, Bryce said he wished he started his career in Philly. That's how much he loves the city.
Well,
yeah, you kind of have to say that though.
Well, DC's dead. Like,
I don't
Bryce
think
just seems like a Philly guy though.
Yeah, he does, but Bryce also doesn't seem like the guy who's gonna say the shit just to say the shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess he'll just say whatever he wants.
Can't wait to bring a title to DC. Oh wait, I'm in Philly now.
Yeah.
That was one of the funniest fucking takes ever. In his introductory press conference, can't wait to bring a title to DC. It's not there anymore, but fucking the Nationals won that year. So, like,
yeah. Did you guys catch the Jose Bautista level of excellence thing?
It was amazing.
Was it?
It was so well done.
Yeah, it was really well done.
Nice.
Just shout out Marco Scudero for being there for some reason.
I heard there were some names.
He was apparently they were good friends.
Yeah, I think
they were the left side of the infield combo when Jose came here.
Dude, I keep forgetting he played third. Like,
yeah,
but I think the people they introduced, I know Cito, Gibby. Was John Farrell there? I don't
know.
No.
That was a question because I don't remember.
Who was the hitting coach?
Adam Lind was there.
It was Murphy. Dude,
Murphy. Adam Lind has a fucking man bun.
Dude,
he looks horrible,
dude.
There was Justin Smoke, Travis
Goins
Snyder,
was there.
Goins.
My favorite Blue Jay of all
Ricky
time was
Rowe.
there. That's all I care about.
Melky
Cabrera was there.
The greatest Blue Jay to never be was there.
Kevin Pillar?
Travis Snyder.
Snyder. Lunchbox.
Devin Travis was also there. Marcus Stroman was there.
Oh, technically, yeah.
As an opponent. He gave him a big hug after the thing. I saw that. That was cool. I'm going to have to go back and watch the videos of it.
Pilar was in the video tribute too.
Right. I kind of never really took in how many guys that he played with that are still technically in the league.
Well, yeah, because Donaldson's still.
So I was thinking about this when they were going through all this. Did he play with any current Blue Jays? And I think there might be two.
If we're counting spring training,
Tim Meza?
No. Yeah, that's who I think.
Tim Meza would have played with him.
Jose's last year was 18 with us, right?
Jordan came up in 19, right? So
I don't think
Jose wasn't here in 19.
I think Danny Jansen, maybe.
That's what I was gonna say. That's the other one I think.
Because I think Jano came up in 18.
17 for Jano. 18?
Jano was 17 or 18. Like, so it's probably.
We can easily just look this up.
Yeah, we could.
But we're not a research podcast.
Oh my god,
I'm checking right now.
I think he was safe, Connor. I don't know if you saw it.
I just saw the play, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Jose's last year 18.
Jano definitely played with them in 18.
Oh no, sorry, 17.
Oh,
17 was the year he messed around and played on 17 teams.
Jamie Danson was in 18.
Yeah, so I don't think he's played with anybody.
So
Timothy,
no,
2017.
That's it.
Yep.
Baraki would have been
through 17 innings.
Yeah. Damn.
Whoa.
Who else is on this fucking team?
Oh, Romano was 19.
Yeah. So nobody.
Bautista was a Ray, right?
No.
Yeah.
He was a Met.
What year was that?
He was a Met. He was a Brave. He was a Pirate.
Well before Kevin Kiermaier was in the league.
That was my question.
Yeah.
He was a Ray.
I don't think he was. I think
maybe not.
Revisionist.
No, I just had this up. I saw pictures of him as a Ray in the tribute thing.
That doesn't look right.
I don't care if it looks right or not.
Okay, wait, I'm looking at this. Okay. Let's see.
Yeah. He played in 12 games.
He played Jesus.
Did he
played for
what year? Gotta be like 08.
04.
Let's see. He's played for Baltimore, Atlanta,
Came
Philly,
to the Jays in 08.
Tampa, the Mets, the Royals, the Pirates, and the Jays.
Would he have ever been a teammate of anybody else on the team?
I'm looking.
I don't think.
In 2004, this guy was brutal.
Chris Bassett?
No.
Was he? No, Chris Bassett went to the Mets. Never mind.
Chris Bassett was a Met last year.
I just keep thinking he was a Met for so much longer than he was.
No, it might have been. No, he never.
Actually, hey, his last 2 years in Pittsburgh, he had a 750 OPS.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then he just came to Toronto and
15
Murphy
bombs.
and Dwayne Murphy said, "Hey, swing earlier."
Yeah.
Like
Even 2009, he only had a 7. You imagine going from a 757 to a 950 or a 995 with 54 bombs?
oh!
Was that on the walk or was that a
Bird
hit
of the day. I'm getting these tweets now. I'm loving it. Kevin Biggio is the best player on the fucking team right now. Nate,
he just had a go ahead RBI
please go away.
walk.
please go away. Like
he's done it again.
Kevin Biggio.
When I go on Twitter,
loaded walk.
When I go on Twitter and open it up, and one of the first tweets I see is Connor retweeting the last time he tweeted that Kevin Biggio got on base somehow, and then posting daily Kevin Biggio walk hit by pitch.
Still continue to say daily.
Daily, even though
daily.
I mean, dude, right now it's daily.
It's never been daily.
This is for the last like 5 games, it's been daily.
It's like walk.
He doesn't play
pitch,
daily.
Reach shot on air, fucking smoke crack.
No, it's just hit by pitch or walks, man. Come on.
He was hit by a pitch. He didn't walk.
Yeah, but that's a hit by. No, but my tweet is walk or hit by pitch.
Oh, I thought he walked.
I'm surprised it's not better. Like reach on air, like fucking
daily asterisk.
No, but Brant, you gotta admit it's
and the fact that he just retweets the previous time to then start it again. I'm like, I'm just gonna rip on you every time you do this from now on.
Okay, but okay, let's see.
I think the tweet should now be changed to daily with an asterisk.
Did Kevin he do it yesterday?
On base.
The last
Did he do it yesterday?
See. Okay, of all the obviously there was a fucking off day, Nate.
So it's not daily.
Shut up. Daily games that the Jays play. Come on, don't do this.
You got it. Do it yesterday.
Daily with an asterisk.
Fine. He's done it 3 times tonight. Last time he was in the lineup, which was the last game that they played, he did it. He did it the day before then. He did it the day before then, and then that's where we get the gap.
Has he played this many games in a row?
Yeah, he played like 4 straight.
That's fucking embarrassing.
That's crazy.
He's been on multiple times.
Dude,
he's been on multiple times in all of these games.
No, I'm not saying it's bad. Like he's done well, but it's fucking embarrassing.
There's no world where
here's the worst. Okay, dude, it's kind of funny because here's the gap. I'm the 26th of July, and then August 6th.
Oh my god, daily
tweets.
I feel vindicated now that it actually has been daily.
That was honestly the most peaceful my Twitter timeline has ever been. I don't remember those dates you just said, but it was perfect.
The daily days in between
26th to the 6th. Oh man. Oh, just a fun fact on the guy.
You're telling me, hold on, Kevin Biggio didn't have a walk or a hit by pitch from the time I got back from LA to the time I left for Boots and Hearts.
I think I think he played like maybe 3 games in that span.
That's incredible.
I think he maybe played 2 games in that span. But just a quick shout out to a pitcher.
One of those was the game he hit a bomb and turned.
I was going to say he had more home runs in that span than he did walks or hit by pitch.
I don't tweet out the fucking walks or hits by pitch with the thread. I just tweeted out with
the goat.
The goat.
So
the sandwich, Nate. The sandwich.
I sat down at this computer about an hour ago. We didn't start recording right at that point. We haven't even gotten through our topics yet.
Did we not
finish the Blue Jays?
We have not talked about a single game.
Okay,
that the Jays
no reason to
specifically.
I mean, all right,
that great.
Boring ass Guardians series.
We don't need to go through the games. It's
no,
fine.
we don't.
We've gone way too long into this. It doesn't matter.
I just wanted to bring that up.
The pitching wasn't good. The pitching wasn't good.
It was pretty cool.
They had one. They had a great game against.
I love that you had tickets and didn't go.
It took me 3 hours to get from Oro to Toronto because some dumbass got hit by a car on the highway.
I remember you saying you had tickets, so I went on Snap Maps to see where you were
in the middle of the Highway 11.
Oh, that's fucked.
Yeah.
So, anyways, I heard that he was walking across trying to get somewhere or something.
I don't know what he was trying. I never got a conclusion on the story. But got hit by a car and shut down 11. Took me 3 hours.
I'm sure it was someone who had been
absolutely
overindulged at Boots and Hearts.
I would assume.
But anyways, because I went on Snapchat, I was like, "Oh, Brent said he's going to the game. I'm going to see if he's at the game." I looked at your snap maps and you were like in Barrie.
Yeah.
At game time.
Wasn't
I
even
was like,
close.
oh.
I got in the car and the thing said I will be there at 2:56. I'm like, you know what? That's probably right when they're going to start the ceremony. Perfect timing. Great. I got down the road and within 10 minutes of that, the thing said I was going to be there at 3:30. That's how bad traffic was. I didn't end up getting there until after 4:00.
Man, if you got there at 2:30, I don't know if you would have got in from the ceremony. Like they said the lines were wrapped around the building.
Every other person in my family was there and they all got to watch the ceremony. And I got to watch the highway. It was not a great day. Nothing went well that day. It was not good.
You know what?
But Keith Urban was great that night, so he made up for it.
Ew.
You went to Keith Urban?
Yeah, he was great. I
drove
back for Keith Urban.
Blue Jays things.
Keith Urban was worth it.
Great Are there Blue Jays things left?
I mean,
I want to talk about the Cy Young.
Yes, I know what you want to talk about.
Yes, you do.
Okay. So MLB.com.
Kevin Gausman will not win.
MLB.com released the power rankings, I guess that they call it. On
these things are so fucked. Gausman wasn't even on it. It was like 5th last week.
Yeah. Now he's in 2nd.
After one start, he's now up to 2nd.
Am I wrong in saying that we're looking at the same race that we saw 2 years ago?
I have zero recollection of that race, but I can tell you. No, I know who it was.
Oh, okay.
I don't remember the stats or what it was. Brent and I have had this conversation, so I've been over told multiple times. Overstimulated for this conversation.
Yeah.
But I can say just go look at B War versus F War, and it will show you.
Well, that's it's the exact same thing that happened in that race where Robbie Ray had a better B War. Yeah. Gerrit Cole had a better F War.
He had a better B War, more Ks.
Gerrit Cole had the better whip. Gerrit Cole had the better FIP, but Robbie Ray had the better ERA.
And Ks, I think, was
and more Ks. The only difference is that Gausman has the Ks and Cole doesn't. Or Cole just didn't.
Fuck off with F War.
Sure.
And I know that it doesn't help Gausman in this case, but I heard I don't remember who was breaking down the difference between the two. B War is based on like actual statistics, and F War is based on
predictive stats.
Predictive.
Well, that includes like FIP and stuff like that.
Yeah, but fuck all of that, because that's not what your numbers say.
I think when it comes down to the like awards and shit, I think B War makes more sense because obviously that's what happened in the season. And like I don't like using predictive stats to base awards around, but I think if you're looking at like who's the better players in the league, I think you're looking at F War just because like this is what they can be. I think if you're looking at pure awards, I think B War is the one to go to.
You look at it going into a contract year or whatever, and he could have a bad B War season, but his like F War stats are amazing.
Exactly.
Then I think like Zach Wheeler was kind of an example of that because he never really done a 10, but his like predictive stats were like really good before he went to Philly, and then he kind of popped off right away. So,
so to answer your question, Gerrit Cole won't say.
But what if he doesn't?
Then I don't know.
It isn't. It's a person-based award. Let's be serious. And I don't think a lot of writers love Gerrit Cole.
I think it's like it's close. Like the gap in ERA is probably the biggest thing.
It's close.
Well, see. So this is what my question was. Gerrit Cole has a 2.76 ERA. Kevin Gausman has a 3.04. Like that's only a point. What is that? 3.
It's 30 points. That's not much.
0.3 apart.
With a month to go.
We're like a decent start away from being.
They're fairly close in whip. Kevin Gausman has nearly 20 more strikeouts in 2 less games.
He has less walks. I just can know that off the top of my head.
Gausman does? Yeah. Well, he's got more innings pitched, less innings. Cole has 156. Gausman has 139. So I think the game differential might make up for that. Not sure. But my question is,
man, like Gauss hasn't been hurt.
Right.
I can't.
Or did he miss a start?
Yeah, he missed a start.
He missed one with the. I think it was after the All-Star break.
Yeah. Oh, he got pushed back, and then he missed a start.
Here's the wild thing about Gausman is I remember someone putting out this tweet. It's like Gausman is 5 bad innings away from like if he just didn't have the 5 worst innings of his career, he's at like a 2.5.
I know. But
Like,
my question here in all of this, the numbers are fairly close, right? Like just on the eyeball test.
It's
how is it that Gerrit Cole has a 5 WAR and Gausman has a 2.5?
Because it's stupid.
I can't. This is the one
I don't understand
situation where I don't know how to explain WAR.
Because you would think I don't pitching WAR doesn't make sense to me at all, and I don't think I've ever looked at it for a pitcher. I look at it a little bit for hitters, but I think it's more of an encompassing stat, and I'd rather use the rest of the stats to kind of paint the broader picture personally.
I also think
I don't know. That doesn't make sense to me.
No, I also think this is one of the few times where, regardless of what you feel about how the MVP should be graded, I think if it where the Blue Jays and Yankees finish respectively is going to have a lot to say about who wins Cy Young. Which I think it's gonna. I don't think it's.
I think it's less
deciding,
on Cy Young.
I don't think it's gonna be the.
But I think
factor.
it might play into it.
It's gonna help Kevin Gausman's case if he's in the playoffs and Gerrit Cole isn't.
Yeah,
I have a question. I don't know if you can pull this up because God knows I don't know how to. But first of all, who's got more wins?
Cole has 10 in what is it?
What's his win to loss?
25 games. 10.
What's his record?
He's got a 769 win loss percentage. Gausman's got a 600. He's 10-3. Gausman's 9-6.
Okay.
I think
who's got a better team winning percentage in games they start?
I think it's actually pretty even because you would think Cole off the rip, but the Yankees aren't like great when he starts. I think
that matters though. Like if your team wins a lot of games when you start, that's important. Like that's a guy I want on my team.
This also may sound a little dumb, like, and Brant, you don't have to look this up. What's their ERA and losses? Because I feel like Kevin Gausman has.
Well, it's got to be like a fucking.
I think Gausman kills Cole compared like in ERA and losses. Granted, it's arbitrary, but like the amount of times that Kevin Gausman has given up like 2 runs and lost. And welcome back, Jordan Romano. Jays win.
There we go.
Beautiful.
Clean 1, 2, 3.
I'm trying to figure out. I was really hoping StatMuse would be able to do this easily for me, but I don't think it can.
That's what I mean. I have no idea how to check that, but like, I think that's kind of an interesting thing to look at because if your guy's keeping you in the game, even if he's not getting the decision, but he's keeping you in the game when he's out of it because he's only given up a run or two and he's left the door open for your lineup and your bullpen and everything. I think that's important. Another thing I'd be interested to see is John Boy when they do their whatever player rankings at the end of every month. What John Boy himself likes to do is go who had the most starts. I think it's 6 innings pitched under 3 runs, and then he goes like 2, 1, maybe it's 7 innings pitched. I don't know. He picks arbitrary numbers.
Yeah,
but like seeing a guy have 15 games of 7 innings pitch and less than 3 runs versus a guy who's not getting into the 7th inning for whatever reason as often or something like that, I don't know. I think there's so many ways to look at it with the Cy Young.
It's just the Cy Young's a way tougher award to figure out like stats wise because there's just so many different avenues that you could look at it. And whether or not
especially when it's this close.
Yeah. And like if the pitcher contributes to wins or the pitcher is just significantly better than the other guy, it like as at striking guys out, or he limits runs better, or he gives up less homers, or
just a
stupid stuff like that.
A fuck ton of
innings eater, stuff like that. Like there's just so many different ways to look at the Cy Young award. Whereas I think the MVP thing, it's like who was the best player in the league? It's not necessarily like,
regardless of how your team does.
Yeah, it's like it's not like, this guy was elite defensively, but he didn't really hit that well, but this guy did this. It just seems to be like a more all around, like who was the best guy. I got Kevin Gausman's, what do you call it? Team win percentage. I'm just working on Gerrit Cole, but we can kind of move on and I can come back to this.
Yeah, I feel like we're kind of done with the Jays though.
Are we going around the league then? Let's leave this big black eye till the end.
Okay.
We're gonna start with some positive news, I guess. Shout out Michael Lorenzen. I guess we'll start there. Like, threw a no-hitter in the first time he played at Citizens Bank. So that's cool.
He's been solid since getting there from everything I've heard.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to contrast the way this worked in my mind personally. Like,
Mhm.
I like the Phillies. Obviously, I'm sitting here wearing a Phillies jersey. So,
Right.
but not just that. Like, I got the notification. I was watching the Jays game, and I flicked over to the Phillies game to watch the end of that. Like, fucking Herman Marquez, or not Herman, fucking
Domingo Herman.
Jesus. I love Herman Marquez. Shout out Herman Marquez.
I fuck with Herman Marquez too. The amount of times that I've wanted the Jays to trade for Herman Marquez in the
That'd
last
be amazing.
3 years.
He'd be great. Anyways, Domingo Herman, I didn't even think of it. Like, he's the fucking
dude.
Still such a loser, and it sucks that
I watch
happened.
thankfully to my MLB TV subscription, I was able to watch like classic games like the Jose Bautista bat flip. One of them was Felix Hernandez's perfect game, and the fact that that's not the last perfect game thrown in baseball is fucking sad.
Sucks.
Like,
it sucks.
It's Domingo Herman. Like,
But anyways, for Lorenzen, super cool. He's been good since getting there. I like Philly, and I really hope they make a run. I love that lineup. I love the guys they got in the rotation. I think they're just a lot of guys that are really, unless you hate Bryce Harper. Other than that, I think there's a lot of guys who are just really easy guys to root for.
Yeah, dude.
Trey Turner.
And I think Bryce has been a lot harder to hate since he's been in Philly. Like, they all just seem like lovable dudes. Like GT Realmuto,
Kyle Schwarbs.
How do you not like Schwarbs?
I think the biggest issue with Bryce is that in DC, he just looked like a Chad.
He still does, though.
He still kind of does, but in DC, he looked like
it just didn't fit. Now he fits.
Like, because he grew out the beard and he's got like his hair's a little scruffy. Like,
I think he was younger, and
I think it helps that the rest of his team is also douchey looking. Whereas, like Washington, it was like Ryan Zimmerman, Anthony Rendon,
Kurt Suzuki.
No, I don't think he ever played.
Who's douchey looking on the Phillies?
Right. What's his nuts? Alec Bohm. Nick Castellanos.
I think so.
Castellanos comes off like,
dude, Brandon Marsh looks like he just walked out of the woods and he's got like a fucking bear hung over.
I will give you this. Castellanos does look like
Aaron Nola.
If there was like a 2023 version of Grease, Castellanos would be John Travolta.
He looks like the most Greek dude of all time, though.
His name is Castellanos. What do you want from him?
Yeah. Doubling back, Kevin Gausman, the team record for Kevin Gausman in games that he started was a 520. They had a 521 win percentage. Gerrit Cole, the Yankees have a 615.
Okay.
So that
seems crazy to me.
It seems crazy, but like if you think about it though, the amount of times that Kevin Gausman's had like a game where he's given up 1, 2, or 3 runs, and they've lost.
Well, I was gonna say the same thing. Like you go back and you look at DeGrom when he was with the Mets, and he like 2 runs and they lose 2-0. Like, do you remember the games where he like give up 1 run and he'd drive in 2 runs himself and those
to win the game?
2 runs. I'm pretty sure that happened once.
That happened in 2021, I think.
I'm pretty sure the season opener he did that. Like, he only gave up a run and he drove in 2, and that was a 2-1 game that won.
Such a fucking like enigma, because you hear simple man, and then this guy goes out and gets 4. He gets like a 3 RBIs and pitches 7 innings.
That intro,
like when he returned
hard
against Atlanta.
Just simple man.
Oh, dude, fucking
blasting.
Shane McClanahan was using it this year. Like,
I don't know where I found the video, but there's a video of him warming up to Simple Man, and I think it goes harder than Narco.
Oh, because it's the one.
It's such a different scenario, but it goes so hard.
If it's the one I think you're thinking of, it's the one where he came back against the Braves.
Maybe.
It's like, because SNY did such a good job of just like taking everything else off the screen, and you just like zoom in on his face and like warming. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's
another fun stat on the other 2. Sorry, we can come back in a second.
God, you love Kevin Gausman.
No. This isn't even really in Kevin Gausman's favor. This is kind of more in Cole's, but like the Jays have won, or sorry, 18% of the Blue Jays wins have come in Gausman starts. 27% of the Yankees wins have come in Gerrit Cole starts.
I think that
doesn't really surprise me.
That says more about the Yankees being shit.
With that's kind of what I mean though. Like, Gerrit Cole is
So I guess if
kind of trying to will that
we're
team.
talking value.
Man, yeah, that's interesting.
Like,
You look at that though, like Goss is winning. Like, so you got a 5-man rotation. You should have everyone theoretically 20% of your wins.
Mhm.
He's your ace. He's going for Cy Young, and he's less than 20%.
Yeah. Now this isn't just their wins, obviously. Like it's just games they pitched in, or games the team won while they pitched in. It's not their wins total.
It's the Chris Bassett donation thing.
Yeah,
exactly. Yeah.
Like,
no, but still, I think it's
but even
interesting
still,
that
yeah.
games he's pitching in,
they're not.
like we have slightly above a 500.
He's not. Yeah, they're like he's not really pulling his weight in terms of getting the wins, right?
But there is only so much you can do.
They just he's pitched well. They just haven't. They've never given him run support. And there was that one stretch where like he never gave up 3 runs, and they just didn't have any wins.
So I want to go back to DeGrom for a second. I have no idea why we're talking about DeGrom, but anyways,
the simple man.
Because of the same thing where like you give up no runs and.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so that was a good transition by me. Makes sense. But like you look at his stats when he's been healthy. Take out last year when he came back, I believe
the second time
was not good.
Like
but
the latter half,
but like, man, he's like prime Bob Gibson.
Yeah, he's disgusting.
You
just can't stay healthy.
It's terrible what has happened to him because he should be a first ballot Hall of Famer and he should be like in the conversation with Kershaw, Verlander, Scherzer, Greinke, but he's not.
If he never got hurt, he would be the Barry Bonds of pitchers of this generation, like night and day better than anyone else around him.
Yeah, it's not even.
Man, go look at those stats though, and look at what everyone thinks of Clayton Kershaw, and look at his fuck. They're the same age.
Yeah, that's nuts.
You know what's fucked up, and it's probably more so to do with me watching baseball. I didn't realize Clayton Kershaw's career ERA was like a 2.7.
Yeah, he's disgusting.
Like I didn't. I thought,
he had like 2 years in a row where he was under 1.
He wasn't under 1. He was in the 1.
There was I'd swear there was a year where he was under 1.
Well, he probably pitched like 3 games.
No.
He pitched like most of the year.
You're not Googling this because we've already been talking for like an hour and 20 minutes.
I'm not Googling it because I know he's never been.
And we haven't got to the big point yet. Which
even under 2.
Oh, it was under 1 whip. I'm thinking of.
But I was gonna say, like, I remember watching a game and it was like past the All-Star break, and he gave up 2 runs in a 9-inning game, and his ERA went up. Like that's the kind of guy he is. That's insane.
Do you know what I hate? Nate, you gave me a perfect segue, and I can't do it anymore because we're not yet.
I'm gonna kill it again, anyways.
Because you said what's sad and disgusting, and I had an easy segue, but we're not going to talk about him yet.
So
Brant, you're sad and disgusting. Let us in.
Clayton Kershaw has had 3 seasons of sub 2 ERA. He had a 1.83.
What's his career? What's
a
his career
1.77
ERA?
and a 1.69.
I think his career is like a 2.7.
He had
I think it's better than that.
He had a 1.69 in 2016, and he didn't lead the league.
In which year?
2016.
Because wasn't that the Arrieta year?
Was it?
Yeah,
that was him, Arrieta.
That was the year Arrieta. He didn't even win the Cy Young that year.
Yeah, I think
Arrieta had like 2 no-hitters or whatever. He didn't give up runs in the entire second half.
Second half was maybe like a 0.3. Yeah, Kershaw's career ERA is a 2.4. Jeez, wait, it's a 2.4.
I was gonna say I thought it was a 2.4.
It's gross, dude.
In 415 starts, man. It's a 2.4.
He's a dog.
Like
you can have this conversation all you want with who's the greatest of this generation, but
many segues.
I just think he could.
I don't think it's a conversation. Like it's Kershaw.
It's not anymore. But I think
it's not. Like it's not.
If you took pure potential on what these guys could have been, I think Jacob deGrom, if he would have stayed healthy and he would have been what he was when he was healthy, I think he cakewalks Clayton Kershaw.
Mm-hmm. I'm not even talking DeGrom though. I'm talking the big 4 of this generation. I'm talking Kershaw, Greinke, Verlander, Scherzer. Yes. And I heard somebody say the other day that the Verlander's probably going to go down as the best of this generation. And it doesn't make sense to me. Like you look at, they probably both have the same amount of size. They both have an MVP. And He's got a fucking 2.4 career ERA.
They all only have one World Series, right?
In 20. Well,
Verlander got his with Houston.
last year.
Did
Well, actually,
Greinke?
no,
Greinke got his with Houston.
Verlander has 2.
Yeah, Verlander's got 2.
Where did Verlander get a second one?
His first one with Houston.
He was on the 17 Astros team, I think.
Was he on the Astros for that
they
one?
traded for him. They traded for him at the deadline that year,
And then he was on last year.
And then they got Cole the year after. I don't think Greinke has one. Greinke wasn't on that. Was he on the 17 Astros?
He was on the 19. He was on the 19 Astros.
Not the 17 Astros.
No, he was the trade deadline in the 19.
I think he was in Arizona in 17.
Yeah, he was in Arizona, and then Scherzer has the 2019. And then
Kershaw's 2020. It's kind of interesting because, like, I couldn't tell you Greinke stats, but the other 3 have kind of been snake bitten in the playoffs. Like Kersh, I think that narrative
Verlander stinks.
Kershaw, that narrative was way overblown in my opinion. At least, like he's been a dog for most of it, and it's been a couple rough innings.
He's had like 1 or 2 bad moments that have stuck in everybody's mind, but the problem is he blows up when it really matters.
I mean, there's a clip that I always kind of remember. I think it was the NLDS in like the early 2010s against the Cardinals. He's up to like 110 pitches in the bottom of the 7th with a 2-0 lead and gives up a 3-run shot, and it's just like,
what do you want the guy to do? He's almost gone 7. He's thrown 110 pitches. Like,
yeah.
Who do you want in there? Do you want Clayton Kershaw or do you want your best reliever? Because I'm probably sticking with Clayton Kershaw.
Yeah, but I'm gonna segue because.
But you can't.
Hold on, we can't. I got it. Clayton Kershaw's career postseason ERA,
like 3.5 probably, right? Are we getting 4s or 5s?
4s.
Oh, okay, let's.
It's a 4.22.
And you can't even say. And he's one of the few guys. It's not that. He's also one of the few guys you can't say.
What are the other 2? What are the other 3?
I can look those up. But
Verlander's.
I think the craziest part about the Kershaw one is that he's got a 4.22 ERA with a 1.08 WHIP. Like he's not giving up that much in terms of like hits.
No, that's insane.
But he gives up the runs when it matters. Justin Verlander has an ERA of 3.64. How are you? 230 strikeouts and 35 appearances.
Oh, he was good in Detroit.
Yeah.
He's been dog shit since.
Yep. Max Scherzer has an ERA of 3.58. Who are the other ones we want? Greinke. Is it?
Yeah.
CK or CH?
Couldn't tell you how to spell that
CK.
last name.
CK.
And then GRIENKE.
ERA of 4.14 in 22 appearances, and then has DeGrom. DeGrom has like 3 starts in the postseason.
He has a couple postseason runs because he was on that Mets team that went to the World Series.
He's got a 2.9 in 5 appearances.
Yeah, he was on that Mets team that went to the World Series. Yeah,
DeGrom.
He pitched in. He had a good start in last year's wild card.
So, let's jump around this run sheet again because I want to skip the next one.
Jesus,
I want to skip that one. Apparently the Brewers might be moving. I don't know who.
Brant, we talked about this. Like, I put this in. Brant, we talked about it a while ago. Do you remember how like there was the financial shit? Yes. And now it's gotten to the point where it's like,
oh, I wasn't on that one. Love Miller Park. Maybe it's not Miller Park. It's like
American Family Field.
Now. Yeah, that's terrible. I don't like it now.
It's Miller.
It should be Miller Park.
It's Miller. It's still Miller.
Beautiful,
everybody,
beautiful ballpark.
A beautiful ballpark, but apparently, because of like basic issues, like sanitary issues, like the bathrooms and stuff like that, they're threatening to move if they don't get money from the city.
I have a question regarding the picture that's on this tweet that you put in here.
Yeah,
is that what American Family Field currently looks like?
On the outside, yeah.
That's awful.
Yeah,
that's kind of an eyesore.
Like it looks like a roller coaster.
That's with the roof closed. With it open, it's like wing and open. It looks better from the other side.
It's much better open. Like
that side does not look pretty.
It looks cool in person. And this is the difference between this and Rogers Center. This is an open air stadium with a retractable roof versus a closed stadium with a retractable roof.
Yeah.
This sits open all year round unless there's a game day where it is going to rain.
So they just let it rain.
Yeah. So
Same with snow, everything. Like
Okay.
they let it be an open air stadium, and that's kind of why the grass works better, I think. There.
Okay.
So now we have 2 injuries before we get to the big yikes.
Don't do the one on there first.
What do you mean?
Don't do the one on that sheet first. You go to the Rays one first.
Okay. Well, because I was gonna segue.
I got a good segue.
Back to back Rays. Fine. Okay.
No, I got a really good segue.
It was announced that Shane McClanahan will require Tommy John surgery.
No.
And oh no. Oh Jesus. I'm okay. And he will likely miss all of 2024. So that means another Rays pitcher has Tommy John.
So
don't you fucking segue yet.
Why? I want to segue.
No, we got to talk about the Rays for a second on their pitching
they
staff.
Have since 2020, here's all the pitchers to have undergone Tommy John just on the Rays. Shane McClanahan, Jeffrey Springs, Drew Rasmussen, Shane Boz, Brendan McKay, Jalen Beeks, Yoni Chirinos, Colin Poche, Andrew Kittredge. Now,
did you say Glasnow? Didn't Glasnow have TJ?
And fucking Glasnow. Holy shit.
Man, like, it's amazing what they've done with pitchers, but like they're doing. I think this is proof they've got to be doing something wrong, right? Like they're doing a lot of things right, but they're doing
things wrong for the people, but I think they're doing everything right for the franchise.
Yeah.
But
did you mention Fairbanks? Didn't Fairbanks have? No, not Fairbanks.
Go back to the start of this year. Go back to the start of this year.
They lost Springs.
You're saying they're doing everything right. They could have Their rotation could be McClanahan, Rasmussen, Springs, Glasnow, and Baz.
That's fantastic. You know what their team ERA is without all those guys right now?
It's insane.
They're first in the league.
No.
They have the best. What? They have the best ERA in the league.
I mean,
I keep hearing this all over. Everyone is saying the Jays are first, and I keep hearing the Tampa's first. I don't know what
the Jays are first since July. I think it is.
I think no, but like I think just for the whole season, I think like the difference between like the top 4 in ERA is like close. 0.4. Like it's like 3.68 to like 3.72. Like and it fluctuates every day. Like so. Okay, Nate.
Can I segue now?
Dude, I'm afraid. Ooh.
Oh, God.
I think maybe it was just the starting rotation.
The opinion, the current. No, we're just fucking.
The Jays. Sorry, the Jays do have the best ERA in the league right now as its staff. I think it was the Rays had the best ERA among starting pitchers.
Okay,
that might be what it is. That makes sense.
Before Nate segues, we would just like to say, if this does not make it into the episode,
it's gonna make it.
It's going to make it.
I know exactly what the transition is going to be.
The transition expressed by Nathan Lennox. I'm fully governmenting this motherfucker.
Because I know what he's going to do.
Reflect the Flight
Because we're going to talk about Nestor.
Or its affiliates.
No, we're not. Just let me speak.
Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah.
So,
no.
Mr. Cortez is apparently hurt. Not sure why. Nestor the molester. That motherfucker.
I know where the. That's exactly where it was going to
go. Let's talk about Wander Franco.
Alleged.
Is it alleged?
Who?
We're gonna say alleged.
That's what they called.
Right. We don't want to get.
No. I'm saying alleged with Wander.
He technically never said that Wander was. That's not defamation.
You did.
I said
yet.
No, I didn't. I
said now
Nestor
let's
the
talk
molester.
about.
I don't know who called him Nestor the molester, but I said nothing about Wander.
He said, "Let's talk about Wander Franco."
You're fucking canceled.
If you want to put the two together, then that's your thought process.
Oh man,
I knew that was coming. As soon as you said you wanted to leave Nestor,
I should have seen it. That's me. It's a touchy thing with this Wander stuff. Like,
I don't think it has to be that touchy. That's not great wording.
Yeah, that was
not great wording.
The second I said it, dude.
Yeah.
I think it already got touchy by the sounds of it.
I don't really think we need to beat around the bush that much. Wander Franco fucking sucks.
Brad, do you want to pick your words a little better?
No.
You fucked up 2 in a row.
No, I'm fine with it. I'm not afraid of this one that much. Wander Franco is a shit dude.
Wander should be. Wander.
So
what happened? We gotta explain this. What happened?
Yeah. First. So there's two scenarios in this whole situation.
Yes.
First and foremost, Wander Franco was put on administrative leave by the Tampa Bay Rays for things that are happening outside of baseball.
It's on social media.
Originally, it popped up. I don't speak Spanish, so I didn't know what the full tweet said, but essentially, Wander Franco was allegedly in a relationship. Like it's not a relationship, but he was with a 14-year-old girl. I think it was initially. That's
not a relationship.
That's what I mean. It's not a relationship.
Yes,
There's no world where a 14-year-old is in a relationship with a 22-year-old. That's just not a thing. So yeah, that was the original thing that came up, and it became a big story. We don't have to say much on it because obviously that's a shitbag move.
And then there's like,
then we came from there to Hector Gomez tweeted out. It wasn't him that initially did it, but I just found his tweet.
Yes, the Hector Gomez one is.
It was just kind of relaying other information from other people. But the Attorney General of the Dominican Republic says that there's a complaint filed by a minor against Wander Franco. According to the Attorney General of the Dominican, it's another young woman, not the one on social media. So not only is this a problem to begin with, but it's a recurring thing with Wander Franco.
It's an escalating problem.
Yeah, and
now
I can't confirm anything else, but apparently the one that's on file is 17. That's what I've read some places.
Yeah.
And then the one from the Instagram post was 14.
Yes.
I just want to say I definitely was joking around at the start of this situation. I personally don't make light of this at all.
No.
And I also personally don't want to comment until all the details are out there.
Because
this is also one that blows up in your face if you say something, and you never know.
It's a
really shitty situation.
There's also multiple reports that could be like a situation of trying to blackmail, just like money extortion.
We saw that. Like who was it in hockey years ago in Buffalo? Was it Evander Kane? Or was it Patrick Kane? Wasn't it Patrick Kane in Buffalo?
It's Patrick Kane. Yeah.
Something to do with
Yeah.
So we've seen situations like that before. It's just fuck Wander.
I've always kind of run on the belief that like one is like, okay, maybe when it's a recurring problem.
Yeah.
It's a little harder to be like,
extortions at the same time is like
it's not very likely.
Two's definitely red flag. I mean, obviously one is red flag.
One in this situation is a massive red flag.
Two is like, fuck, man. Why?
It's one thing, it's one thing to say like, oh, he didn't do anything. There's legitimately photo evidence of him with this child.
Yeah,
like with his arm around her and shit too, right? Like
her wearing his chain. Like,
so whether or not anything happened between the two of them, the whole situation is a massive red flag for Wander Franco, the person.
Mm-hmm.
Regardless of whether or not anything happened, it's just weird at bare minimum, like bottom floor bare minimum.
Weird,
it's fucking
bare
weird.
Minimum.
Yeah,
and like fucking some of the other people that have had this like sexual assault, like Bauer comes up. Those were grown women too. The fact that these are like the one being said as a 14-year-old, like that's some scary shit, man.
Is Felipe Vasquez not in jail for this?
He is, and I can't remember who mentioned this, but he's eligible for parole. I think.
Soon coming up.
Like he's pretty soon.
I forgot about him too. Like he was gross.
Yeah, he was great, and then
he was a very good pitcher.
But he was also
similar
situation.
A piece of shit.
He was also gross in like a gross human.
He's just gross in all the ways of the word. And it appears as though Wander Franco might be on the same path.
So I got a question, baseball related here. Like, do you guys think he plays again this year?
Not, I think, unless there's like some de facto evidence that this is some extortion from two women.
They gotta prove both of them are.
Yeah, they gotta prove
100. Like they gotta prove both of them are like 100% not true before he plays this year.
This is the team that let 7 of their bullpen guys go without wearing the pride flag. I don't know if they're the model organization.
That's
very different situation. I'm not going to try and put them together.
Tampa Bay put him on administrative leave currently.
Before the league did anything.
The league
You're right.
can put him on administrative leave.
Right.
Administrative leave.
Mhm.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying Tampa might not even have the choice to bring him back.
Yeah.
Like, if this is an open case, you don't have a choice. Like,
No.
he cannot play.
Yeah, I mean, also the irony of the giveaway that they did the day all this stuff was happening.
Oh my god, man.
Which I can't blame. I can't blame
that was
them.
the same day.
Dude, it was the day that he got no, that was the
benched.
day like he got benched on the day of the giveaway, and then a couple hours later he got put on the restricted list.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you didn't know, the day that all this Wander Franco stuff happened, there was a giveaway for a Wander Franco hat, which I kind of don't mind the look of the hat.
Cool hat.
It's a cool hat,
but it was a hat given out to children.
Children.
Keep that word in mind, because the ad legitimately said kids 14 and under.
14 and under.
We'll just go through that again. Kids 14 and under.
And Kevin Cash, when asked about benching Wander Franco before the game, Kevin Cash said it was just an off day for off day's sake.
Mm-hmm.
When, let's be 1,000% honest, you're not benching a guy on his promotional giveaway.
No, especially
you can't. You. What do you want Kevin Cash to say?
No, but
no, he said what he had to say.
Like,
there was nothing he could say there.
He had to lie about why he.
Yep.
Like,
no shit. I'm very interested to know how all this went down in terms of what the Rays found out and when, and how he thought he was getting away with this if it did actually happen, and how he thought he was going to get all this by the Tampa Bay Rays. You
look back and like, who was the football player in the elevator? Was that Ray Rice?
Ray Rice.
Yes.
That the NFL knew about it, but didn't do anything.
Mm-hmm.
They knew about it prior, but didn't do anything. And then once the video came out, there was
no choice.
Like it.
The NFL
that was like a couple weeks where it was like, oh, they know of an incident between Ray Rice, and then the video got released to the public, and it was just like, oh, that's way worse than they're letting off.
I'm just saying, like, I'm sure Major League Baseball and the Rays probably had an idea about this before.
I've read,
honestly, I don't even know.
From what I've read, it seemed like he was trying to hide it from the Rays, and the only reason they found out was because the 14-year-old girl posted or someone to do with the 14-year-old girl posted those stories on Instagram. The Rays found it, and that's when he got benched.
So no one found out that they're looking.
There's also the 17-year-old. No, apparently not.
Right on. That seems legit.
Mm-hmm. Not a great background.
When, I don't know if you guys know this, but when did both of these supposedly happen? Like recently, or
the Instagram stories were like a few days back.
Yeah, I know that. But when did the
other
incident...
one?
No. I'm saying I'm not saying the Instagram stories. I'm saying like when was he with this 14-year-old supposedly?
I don't know. I think it says a little bit
walking together. Like
I think it says in the story.
This is so,
but I don't speak Spanish.
This is just straight up fucked.
Yeah.
I don't know how people can do this shit to begin with. If allegedly, gotta say that I don't know how people can allege it. I don't know. I'm lost for words.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's a tough situation to talk about. I don't have a lot of good things to say about Wander Franco on a good day. I definitely have way less today than I did last week. Yeah. Hopefully all this gets resolved and we find out just what kind of shitbag he is.
It's a very sad way. It's a very negative way down that. But...
yeah. We probably could have put that somewhere in the middle, but that's all right. We got nothing else, right? Nothing we can.
No.
Shout out to the Blue Jays getting a win today.
Yeah, shout out to
beating a good Phillies team. The Phillies were like 22-8 against the AL this year.
Yeah.
Coming into today.
And as Keegan Matheson said, the bats and Kevin Biggio's foot did enough.
What's tomorrow's matchup?
I believe it's God.
Is it Nola for them?
Isn't Nola before Wheeler? Nola just pitched.
Did he?
Yeah.
Maybe it's Lorenzen. Yeah, because we said Lorenzen.
I think it is Lorenzen.
Supposed to be.
I'm wrong. Sorry, it's Nola Gausman.
Oh, that'll be a good game. Good pitching matchup.
I hate
Nola has a 4.49 ERA this year.
Yeah, but he's gonna go.
I still like Aaron Nola.
It's my Cy Young pick. I kind of
That
have
is
to
your
like him.
Cy Young pick.
So
You gotta cheer for your MVP, Brent.
My MVP is in Houston. Oh, you mean on my NL MVP? That's just as bad as Connor's
It's
Cy
okay.
Young pick.
I can cheer mine on too.
no. What's worse, my Cy Young pick, your MVP pick, or Nate's Cy Young pick?
Who was Nate's Cy Young pick?
Sandy.
Oh, ooh, it's pretty bad too.
That's bad.
I think
Pretty
he did
bad.
have a complete game shutout against the Yankees. But
All three of us had a bad
Yankees.
pick somewhere.
Brant.
I also picked Bryce Harper MVP.
Yeah,
just for shits, and that has not come to fruition.
But Nate's lucky that he wasn't on the podcast when we did this. Our division predictions look so.
I don't remember most of them.
I
know we took the
Cardinals.
Cardinals. I know for a fact we took the Cardinals.
You had the Texas Rangers 4th.
I definitely did.
I put my bet slip. Like I showed you guys my bet slip for my divisions.
I mean, I had Nate. You had the Rays missing the playoffs.
That's not out of the realm.
It's not out of the realm. That's kind of where I wanted to go with that, but so we can go on a little more positive note.
And
I also had the Orioles finishing in last place. So
I missed on the O's, but I said they were going to be good. I want to give myself a little bit of credit. I said the Red Sox were going to be a decent team this year.
They have been
slightly below the Jays, and I thought the Jays were going to be one of the Red Sox too. It's not the way it is, but the Red Sox are a good team, and this is kind of what I figured from them. They're just going to be like that scrappy team. I didn't think everyone in the AL East was going to be.
I said the
unbelievable.
My worst one is I biased and also seriously said the White Sox are going to win the AL Central.
Yeah, that's just tough. I mean, it made a little bit of sense in the beginning of the year. Just no one knew in the Central.
I bet my division winners. AL East was the Jays. Central was the Guardians.
You're 0 for 2.
West was Houston, I believe.
Maybe.
I believe it was Houston.
Yeah, I wouldn't bet against Houston.
I can pull it up. I can pull it up.
1 for 3 so far. I think.
And then I went NL East Braves.
Okay, 2 for 4.
Oh boy.
Central Cardinals.
2 for 6.
West Padres.
2 for 6.
Ooh.
So at most you kind of got 2. Depending on how Houston does.
The Rays, I don't know what they are after today's games, but they were 5.5 games up on the final wild card spot. The Rays in the last 3 days, may have potentially lost their ace and their best player.
And their right now number 2 starter too is like
Glasnow?
Yeah, he's hurt, isn't he? Or
he's hurt.
Is he back?
He's back, but he's dealing with issues.
He's not himself.
He also can't give them more than 5, really.
Yeah. Are we confident in saying that the Rays can hold on to a playoff spot?
I'm
at
not
5.5 up.
That's kind of what I'm saying. Like I'm not confident in them.
Okay. Well, let me pull up
the Mariners are
good.
Firing on all cylinders.
Yeah.
While
we're a thing.
While we're talking about that, I kind of want to shoot to the NL quick.
Mm-hmm.
That NL MVP race is a hell of a lot closer than anyone expected, I believe.
Wide open.
You could make the argument that there's 2 players on the same team that could fucking win the thing.
Yep. Matt Olson is potentially on pace to break
60
Judge's record.
He's on pace for 60.
I think it would be hilarious if he hit 63. And it does not matter because the NL has way more.
I don't know if either of them are 1 or 2.
Oh, Freddie, I think
Freddie Freeman.
Freddie's, I think, going to be finished second.
I think Freddie could be 1. I think it's between the 3.
He's not swiping bags, but
yeah, he's not going to go 30-30, 40-40, but he's hitting the shit out of everything.
Yeah. Let's pull up a quick slash here. He's got 5.3 WAR already.
The Rays kind of have a joke of the rest of August. I guess the Giants are good. They got the Giants, Angels, Rockies, Yankees.
He's leading the league in doubles with 43.
Okay.
He's only got 23 bombs, driven in 83. Anyone want to take a guess at how many stolen bases Freddie Freeman has?
It's like 12. I think he
Two.
leads the Dodgers. He's like 11, doesn't he?
I'm gonna say 2. 1?
No, higher.
Oh, higher.
Higher than 11?
Yes.
Does he have 20?
No, he has
Oh.
16, and he's been caught once. His previous career high was last year at 13.
Good for him.
55 walks to 89 Ks, 339, 417, 588 for a 1.005. He's also leading the league in OPS plus at a 167.
The Tampa Bay Rays from September 7th to 10th this year have a 4-game set against the Seattle Mariners.
They also play us 7 times, I think, in the last 2 weeks.
So in theory, if we can find a way to beat the Rays a lot and the Mariners can sweep that 4-game set,
oh yeah,
the Rays could very easily be out of a playoff spot by September 11th.
Yeah.
Tragic. That's not good.
Well, that's going to do it.
Yeah, like Acuna's numbers crazy. 55 swipes is insane.
I think he did just hit a bomb again tonight too.
The fact that he's not going 40-40 sucks.
What's he at now in home runs? Like 20?
26. I want to see 30-70.
I mean, if he gets 30-70, it's kind of
like he's there. He's got a 995 OPS, 163 OPS plus. The slugs not as high. I don't know. It's close. It's going to be interesting to watch down the stretch for sure.
So the odds currently right now
are nuts.
Matt Olson's not in the top 5. They have Ronald Acuna Jr. 1 at minus 330.
I've been throwing so much money on Freeman. I just keep putting more on him because the odds are like insane.
Mookie Betts is second at plus 600.
I guess.
And Mookie Betts on pace for like a career high in homers. So maybe Freddie Freeman is third. And Juan Soto sitting in 4th. Right behind him, Connor's rookie of the year, Corbin Carroll.
Hello.
Both of you rookie of the year?
Too. Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
Can we just we're not gonna don't need to go on this, but can we just have a non-Shohei Ohtani MVP, please?
No.
Like just Shohei Ohtani just
never
gets
again.
MVP.
That was the other thing I wanted to say. Shohei Ohtani could win the MVP this year if he never pitched an inning. His numbers are fucking nuts as a hitter.
Isn't he's almost on pace to break fucking Judge's record from last year. He's not, but he's just off
his
it.
slugging was kind of like at the same point. Like
it's insane.
He has like 72 RBIs, I think it was. Either way, he's got almost like 50% of his RBIs have just been him on home runs.
And it means nothing because the Angels are 2-10 since the break.
Yeah, I understand.
It's a deadline.
But that's my point, is like he's not driving anyone else in because nobody else gets on. Like half of his RBIs have just been his homers. Just like him putting himself to home. It's insane. It's insane. He like if he never pitched an inning this year, I think he could have probably won the MVP. And then he's third in Cy Young odds right now.
I think we should wrap it there with the fact that Shohei Ohtani is insane because I've had enough of listening to all 3 of us talk, and I'm sure everyone else has tonight.
Yeah,
too.
because we've been almost recording for like 2. Well, actually, no,
it's only been like an hour.
Well, yeah, because you did start the recording, and we talked for 10 minutes.
We got like a good 10-minute conversation before we even started. So
just about boots and hearts.
Just about boots and hearts. Like
thanks for listening. We appreciate you if you made it this far. We appreciate you if you didn't make it this far, but you'll never hear this. Everything we have is linked in the description below. Follow us on all our social medias at the Flight Deck _ Connor. Understore.
That'd be Grant.
That'd be buddy.
Under Trevor's story.
That'd be great. Grant in
the Flight Deck _ is the word I was looking for there. If I'm not mistaken. We're on everything. We will catch you sometime next week. Cheers.